What's up, guys? I hope everyone is having an amazing day. So, what we're going to go over is, does price dictate why people are not joining your program? Oftentimes, especially as fitness coaches, we get in the space to where we're really new, we're green, we go from in person to online, and we do not have the background or the marketing skills to understand the digital landscape, right? Typically, as a new online fitness coach, the only marketing skills we really have comes from marketing inside the gym or getting clients word of mouth or throwing up flyers or posters or people that just walk in the gym doors that we sell. So our marketing skills and our sales skills are very one dimensional. So being able to navigate the digital landscape is like a different world compared to what we're used to. So when we're starting out and we're building the foundation of our business, we struggle with price point. We don't really know what we need to price our services. We don't really know how to, structure it or lay it out. So typically we go by what we hear other people doing. And then when we do that and we're not getting very many clients, we think that it's the service cost. So we lower the price. And then when that doesn't work, we lower the price again until eventually you're getting a few clients, but you're getting them at a very low cost. And you end up either making less than you were in the gym or just not making as much. And that is the complete opposite of why we even start our online businesses, right? So as online fitness coaches, we typically start it for one of the three reasons, but if not the main three: location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom, right? So like when COVID hit, a lot of gyms shut down. A lot of gyms just were not open. So online fitness, or excuse me, in-person trainers had a hard time, right? Some gyms let them work remotely and service those clients through Zoom or whatever it may be. But a lot of the clients realized, even when gyms opened back up, that they enjoyed the convenience of being able to have an online coach. They didn't have to go to the gym at a scheduled time. They didn't have to, drive to the gym to meet their trainer at whatever time. They could just simply have accountability and nutrition and have their workout all on their phone. And they enjoyed that. So that's why I believe that the online fitness community has grown so much since then. So what do we do? How do we figure out what price point we should be at, right? And I do not like to use the term high ticket. I don't know why. It just doesn't sit well with me. But you have to have a price point that's kind of in the middle. So just say we start at $500 a month. $500 a month is your price point for your online nutrition, fitness, your one-to-one coaching. That includes like a weekly Zoom call or a weekly meeting, and 24/7 accountability or communication through whatever app it is that you use: Trainerize, FitLog, Coach RX, whatever it may be, right? Or just the DMs. So you start at $500 and you have a hard time getting clients, so you lower the price to $400. You still have a hard time getting clients, or you can't close them on the phone, so you think it's a price issue, so you lower your price again. Essentially, you get down to about $200. You're still not getting as many clients as you thought you would, and you're doing it for 50% of the price or 60% of the price that you thought you were going to be getting. But it's not the price. The price does not dictate why people aren't joining your program. And the reason why I made this topic today was for a couple different reasons. But so here's the main reason that I made this topic for today. Most of you know that I started in online fitness, right? I started an online fitness business. I did that for a while. And then I started having people reach out. So I navigated to business coaching because as I got older, I realized that I really had a passion for business. I like logistics, operations, the back office stuff. And more so, I like helping other fitness trainers navigate their path so it's not as hard as it was for me when I had to figure it out. So that's why I do what I do now. So about 2 weeks ago, I gave away a full ride scholarship into the Elite Academy, which is essentially for brand new business owners, right? So whether you're an in-person trainer making the transition online, or you're not at 10 or 15K a month yet, that is what the Elite Academy is for. And so with that, I gave away one full ride and 3 partial scholarships. So the one full ride scholarship was won by a brand new trainer. She's super ecstatic, and I'm super pumped to be able to work with her moving forward to see where her business ends up in 4 to 6 months. With the 3 online partial scholarships, I reached out to everyone personally, not a VA, no one else, me, and I congratulated them on winning. I wanted to set up a call to get them onboarded so that I could be their one-on-one coach. Because I wasn't going to put that on another coach, I offered the scholarship at the partial price. I was going to coach them. And every one of them they were not ready to take action. Even though it was for a fraction of the price, none of them wanted to take action. And I'm not trying to call any of them out or do anything like that. It's not what I'm doing. That's not what this is about. I am simply using this as an example of why your price point does not dictate why people are not joining your program. Okay? So even with them winning a partial scholarship, they still just were not ready to take action. So that falls down to a few different things. Are you warming up your prospect enough when you're talking to them in the DMs? Are you building enough rapport? Are you providing them enough value before you try and sell them? Are you doing all of those things before you price drop? Because all of those things matter. We often just jump to the price. Oh, it's too much. I'm getting too many price objections. I'm having to do too much rebuttal in regards to the price. That's common. Those things happen. But 9 times out of 10, they don't see the value in it, right? You're not warming up the prospect enough before you actually offer them the service. That's why they decline. Now, there are people out there that just aren't action takers, that don't want the service regardless, or maybe they're just shopping around, or whatever reason, but that's where the qualified lead comes in versus just a regular lead. So whomever it is that you're talking to, make sure that you are building enough rapport. You're warming up the prospect, that they actually are interested in what it is you do, right? Because it's not the price for the reason why they're not joining the program. And if it is, maybe you offer some crazy service that's like 20K, then yeah, that might be the price. But typically when I talk to people, I know what their price points are, especially online fitness coaches. I've talked to enough of them. Enough of them have come through my program. We've built the structures and I know where they're at. So typically it is not the price. It's how you're going about it before you price drop them. Okay. So do not go through, and when you're not getting enough clients, start dropping your prices like crazy, expecting to get more, right? I'll bring this back to, and again, this is just an example here. So think of it this way. Say you have a target goal of monthly revenue at $3,000, right? So $3,000 is your goal revenue for the month. Now, is it easier to sell one paid in full client at 3K, or is it easier to find 10 people to pay you $300 a month? Definitely the one paid in full at 3K any day of the week, right? And so when you look at the example in that way, it's not the price that scares people away. It's finding the qualified lead, building enough rapport, warming them up enough before you actually push them to a phone call or whatever it is, whatever your sale process is, a Zoom call, sell by chat, whatever it is that you do, right? So make sure that you're building enough rapport with the client before you price drop them, because your price is not why they're not joining. So with all that being said, I still have 3 partial scholarships to give away inside the Elite Academy. I am not giving them away. Before, I was just giving them away. It was just like a random drawing, right? I did a random drawing for all 4, the free scholarship, the 3 partials, a random drawing to anyone that entered. I offered the scholarship to them because they legit won. But now I'm doing it a little different, because here's the thing about free stuff, right? Or even partial stuff. When we have free stuff, we don't really care for it. Think of it this way. If someone gave you a car, for example, if someone were to just gift you a car, do you think you would take as much care of it as you would if you were to have paid 50 grand for that car? Probably not. So it's the same thing in our business. It's the same thing with clients that you coach. It's the same thing with clients that I coach. There's an investment process. And the reason why the investment is there isn't so, I mean, yes, there's a side of it to where there has to be revenue coming inside the business, but that's not it. It's the integrity of the business. Because if I were to bring in clients and they had a very minimal investment, how hard do you think they would actually try to be successful in the business? When shit got hard and it was uncomfortable and they didn't know what to do, how long do you think that they would sustain that and stay in the business if they didn't have anything invested? Think of it from a online coaching perspective, because I was there at one point in time. Client retention sucked for me at one point in time. Why? Because I wasn't charging enough. Because when people join a program, I'll use Beachbody, for example, because it's one that I always use. Beachbody is like what, 59 bucks, right? For a video or for whatever exercise routine it may be. For $59, they can go and buy this. It's going to be intense cardio. It'll help them lose weight. They can do it in the comfort of their own home and all this other stuff. It's not tailored to one person. It's not a one size fits all, even though that's the way they sell it. It's for a 300-pound guy or a 150-pound guy with the same goal in the end, to lose weight, right? Doesn't work that way. We all know that. So when someone that's 300 pounds goes and pays that $59 for that Beachbody workout, they turn on the video or whatever it may be. They stand in front of the TV. They figure out that they have to jump up and down, do burpees, do high knees, run in place, jumping jacks, Russian twists, all this other stuff. They are going to be gassed. It's going to hurt their joints. It's not going to be sustainable long term for them because it's going to be super hard. So how long do you think that individual is going to stick with it when they have $59 invested? Now look at it on the flip side. They have $1,500 invested. It's more tailored to them and it's more sustainable for the long term because they're not having to do such intense cardio that's hard on their joints, right? But they're going to stick with it longer because they actually have something invested. That's the difference, right? The $59 versus the $1,500 is the difference in your coaching program. So at the end of the day, if you were to have a fitness program that you charge people $100 to come and join your program, say that they joined at $100, is $100 a month for your program, right? They signed a 6-month contract. So every month they pay $100 for the next 6 months, and you're going to help them lose however many pounds it is. At month 3, they're bored, they're tired of it, they're losing weight, but they're just over it, right? They're getting ready for a summer vacation. It's not going to work for them, or school's getting ready to start again, and the program's just not going to work for them anymore. So they dip out. So the client retention isn't there. Versus if they have money invested up front, you bet your ass they're going to stick with it because they have skin in the game. No matter how hard it gets, they're going to stick with it. They're seeing results. They're not just going to back out. Client retention matters in every business, especially online fitness. Because how does your program look? How does the integrity of the program look when you have people? It's like a revolving door. You have them coming in the program, then they're exiting the program before it's even over. You have no testimonials, you have no social proof because they don't even finish the program, right? And not only that, the business revenue will suffer because every client that you have sign on that you finance for X amount of time, you expect that revenue coming in the business, but you don't have it because they leave. Not because of the program shit, just because you didn't charge them enough to have them financially invested. So the price of your program does not dictate why people are not joining. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope that you can find something in this to use it. If you're in the position to where you feel like you're stuck because you're not getting enough clients because maybe you feel like you're charging too much, that is probably not the case. You have to go back through and look at everything. I say this time and time again, especially in my program, I'm very big on metrics. You have to track metrics. You have to look at numbers. Why? Because if you do not track anything, you will never find the hole in the sinking ship. You have to track it. So go back through and look at everything. What's your response rate like? What's your closing conversion like? How many messages are you sending a day? What's your DM scripts like? When are you price dropping? How are you price dropping? All of those things matter because they all play a role in the end result before the client even signs or joins the program, right? And I'm not even talking about client fulfillment in general. I'm just talking about the process to get the client in the program. So again, I hope this makes sense. Make sure you're tracking stuff. Don't change your price. Go back through and look. Make sure that you're warming up the prospect enough, building enough rapport. Make sure that they are warm or hot before you price drop anything or ask if they want help. I get so many messages that are like, people do not even, and it's mainly from appointment setters, they don't even go through and look at my profile or anything like that. They just send me like 3 paragraphs of a very cold DM. It's like, first of all, I'm not reading 3 paragraphs. I don't care who you are. Second of all, like, you just literally pitched me something and I don't even know who you are. I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to read it. If you send me a 5-minute voice note and I don't know who you are, I'm not going to listen to it. Make sure that we're doing things the right way. It's not the price, it's the process before that. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have any questions about maybe the framework or the structure, or if you're interested and you are an action taker in finding out the details about the 3 partial scholarships, then shoot me a DM or comment below. See you guys in the next one.